Hey y'all, grab your slicker and galoshes. It's that kind of day. We're definitely going to get wet out here. Hopefully not get stormed on though, but we're going to try to catch some catfish in the meantime with the limited bait that I have. Look at this here, folks. This in this bag is all I've got. Man, it has been hard times getting bait lately. I've got us one skipjack, about 3 gizzard shad, a yellow bass, and a bluegill, and I was trolling on the way out here and I caught us a fresh white bass. So at least we got that going for us. And if we happen to see any other bait busting out here on the surface today, I've of course got the bait rods. We'll make some casts and try to get them, but we're going to try to just burn through the bait I got. If we get on some fish, it won't take long, but that may not be the worst thing in the world with the weather like it is today. But here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna start here. We got a ledge. You can see the land over there on the side. It comes out at an angle and it drops off fairly quick here and then levels out over here beside us in the main river channel. We're gonna work that edge. We're gonna work it all, well, it's actually going this way. We're gonna work it all the way up through here. That X is a place that I've anchored on before in front of that old creek channel. But we're going to just work the edge of this ledge all the way up through here. Now it's 37 feet where we're at. Water temps have warmed up a lot. You can see we're 66 degrees here now. We're at the end of April, so water temps are really heating up. And we're just going to take a stretch of this ledge and go. We've got this old, really small creek channel right here. There's another bigger creek on upriver about a mile or so from here that I actually launched in. We caught that white bass in. We'll certainly go up past it. If we get on any numbers of fish, like if we come across a school, I'll hit spot lock. We'll sit there on them and catch them as long as they're sitting there. But nevertheless, we're going to take some of these baits, man, drag a couple rods, and just go with it today. Cover some water and try to run into some fish. Well, I'm going to start us out with this white bass since it's good and fresh. We're going to take a head and a chunk of it. I'm just going out between the gill plates there, out through a nostril. That's a 10-aught size hook. I've got this on a dragging rig, which you can see there's a float and rattle just above the hook on 80-pound monofilament. I apologize, y'all. There's always construction going on anytime I'm trying to talk. But up the line here, we've got a inline dragging sinker, 2 ounce in size. Got that on 40-pound main line, and of course my signature series Golly Whopper rods here from Catfish Sumo. This other rig is going to be the exact same setup. The only thing that's going to be different is the fact we're going to have a chunk of bait on this one instead of the head. We'll offer a head and a chunk. Both of these baits are going to be fairly small in size just due to the size of that white bass that we got. I've just had an incredibly hard time catching bait lately. It has been it's been tough, man. I've thrown the net for shad, can't hardly get any of decent size. Skipjack have been just in the wind, man. I don't know where they're at. I think they're on the move, making their way up to spawn. But that transition they're in, I've just not been able to locate them. And of course the white bass hit or miss too. So hard times for bait, but we've got enough to catch some fish with. So we're going to make it work out here. So I'm letting out line now. I've got our speed set at a 1/2 mile an hour. And we'll just put in a few hours out here as Mother Nature allows. If it comes a storm, we'll have to make a run for it, get over here on one of these docks or something and ride it out. I've got the umbrella here, my poor man's bimini top for when the rain showers work through. So we're gonna stay high and dry today best we can and hopefully catch some cats. Let's do it, y'all. Oh, I'm gonna turn the camera on. It's literally pouring down right over there. It's hitting me now. Let's get the umbrella. I told you, man, you best get your rain jacket today, folks. We're going to be rained on all morning long out here. It's just going to be that kind of day. But I could literally hear it coming through them trees over there on that island, man. You could just, you know it's coming for you. But thankfully, got my umbrella here. I'm high and dry. I told you to be prepared today. If you didn't bring your rain jacket, you were going to be sitting out here in a soaking wet, by gosh. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Nice takedown. Oh, y'all grab that rod for me, would you? Would you? It's pouring down rain right now at this moment. It's a terrible time for this fish to hit. Terrible time. I mean, it's coming a monsoon right now, folks. If I didn't think it was a pretty good fish, I'd just leave him in the rod holder to this little shower passes. But I think it's a pretty good one. Why don't y'all be a team player and get out here in the rain and reel this fish in for me? The forecast today was calling for like scattered showers this morning and storms in the afternoon. Well, I looked at radar before I left the house and I said, well, it's good, man. It's just a little blip here and a blip there. I'm like, I might get a little bit wet, but no big deal. Well, hell, it's rained since we filmed the dang intro. It's been raining. That's Murphy's Law. This fish here, is he in my drift sock? I think this fish is, I feel my line rubbing on something. I think he's in the dang drift sock back there. The wind kicked up when this rain shower moved through, so I had to throw out the drift sock to keep the kayak from turning sideways in the wind. And I'll be doggone if this thing ain't got around the drift sock. Oh, y'all. I can't tell which side of it he's on either. It's always something, man. No matter what, we at least dry throughout this process. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put that rod in the rod holder a second. That fish is done laps around my dang drift sock. One of us is gonna have to get wet to get this fish undone. You danged old fish. I had stayed perfectly dry till you come along, getting in that dang drift sock. Come on up in here. Lord Almighty. Now the drift sock's pulling back. Here, pull that drift sock in, y'all. One of you's grab that thing. Here. Let's get that out of the way for a second. He's laughing down there too, ain't he? He's talking to us, laughing at us. Just for that fish, you ain't getting no front camera time. It ain't happening for you today, buddy. Let me put you on board. Well, I mean, it's still in that slot tournament a few more days. This one here, he's gonna be way too big. And that and there's way too long for what I need for the slot tournament. I'm gonna hold you out like that fish. You a fun sizer, front camera worthy. But after how he's done us, he ain't getting no front camera time. Boy, I'm glad the rain let up here for a second, so get that mess undone. I'm gonna sort this out. He got up there and done laps around that dang drift sock. I don't even know how he's done it here, folks. If they can find something to get tangled in, they gonna do it. One of these days, I'm just gonna go down to fishing one rod for catfish. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. That way I'll never get a tangle again. All right, we got it undone there. I'm gonna throw this head bait out for a little while longer. You can see the mouth of it here is plumb tore to pieces. But what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get one more fish out of it, hopefully. I can run that hook back through. There we go. I'm gonna just run it through the back, this meat there. Now the next fish we catch with having it hooked like that, it will rip that bait off. Lord Almighty, now I got my line around the dang rod holder. We're in bad shape today, y'all. Sometimes it just ain't your day. But I'm feeling positive and optimistic nonetheless. Hell, we ain't been out here too terribly long. You can see right there where we started, where that construction was going on. So we ain't been out here too terribly long. We already got our first fish. He was decent quality, even though he was a jerk and got us all wrapped up and everything. And maybe the rain's slacking off here now. It's just sprinkling. So yeah, we still got our chunk going on that rod. We got our head bait there on that one, and I'm gonna put this drift sock back out now that he's done with. I'm fumbling my words now, folks. This day between the rain, the tangles, me not being able to talk, it's that kind of day, but we're rolling with it. We're gonna catch us some fish. Oh, there's one on the chunk. There's one on that side. All right, folks. Second fish. This one feels like it might be okay too. This one can't get wrapped up in my drift sock because my drift sock ain't out right now. Once that last little shower passed, the wind stopped. So no need for that. Of course, we got bass boat coming up here beside us. Oh, we're doubled. We're doubled. There goes that rod. All right, folks. We're going to deal with the one in the hand here first. We're doubled up, though. We're on them. 42 feet right here. Still working up this ledge. We'll get this one reeled up here to the surface beside us, take a look at him, see how big he is, and then we'll start reeling in the other one over here. This one here ain't as big as I thought he was going to be. That's a blue. Let's reel in this one now. Boy, it's fun when it's like this. It's fun when you're doubling up. 2 fish, 2 rods, and a kayak. If we had 3 or 4 rods out, we'd probably have fish on all of them. I bet we went through a school. I don't know what that bass boat's doing behind us there. I guess he's looking around with electronics. We ain't got time to be looking on a screen. We too busy reeling in fish. Man, we must have just went right through them, because within seconds of us picking up on the other rod, this one was hit. Man, it's fun when it's like that. I hope this one leaves that head bait on. We are so short on bait. I want to see if we can get every fish we possibly can off each piece. We ought to be getting pretty close with this one now. We'll be seeing him any second now, at least getting up here to our sinker. I guess these bass boaters over here want to stay and watch the show. This may be the only fish they see today. This one here may end up being bigger than the other one. He is going to be bigger than the other one. Yeah, nice. Well, let's go ahead and we'll land this one here in front of the bass boaters since they want to see the show anyway. Boy, he just got me soaking wet when I brought him in. Soaking wet. Got me right in the daggone face, man. Okay. Well, that one there didn't give us the bait back. Let me put him on this board. See if he'll help me from a tournament at all. He's going to be too long. He's about 30.5 inches. I need him under 30 for a tournament. There he is, folks. Got sores all over him there. Nasty old thing. Wave at the bass boats over there, them guys. They wouldn't like these catfish no way. They get slime up in their carpet. You know how them bass boaters are. The slime on their carpet. Let's bring this one in like that. He at least left the bait on the hook. We'll reuse that. Put this one on the board too. I think this one's going to be, the last one was too big for our tournament. This one's going to be too small. Yeah, way too small. Fun anyway though, folks. All right, got rid of the fish. We got rid of the bass boaters there. They're moving on now that the show's over. Let's get that bait going back out. We'll take our next bait. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this skipjack head. I got one skipjack. We'll take the head off. It'll be our next biggest bait that we have. We'll put it on this other one. I want to try to run like a head bait on one rod and a midsection on the other for as long as we can today. Some of them shad in there are small. We'll probably just have to do a whole bait when we get to them. But right now, we'll get these going back out and see if we can catch us some more, man. It's fun when you double up, especially in the kayak. Man, it's a dang good time, y'all. Something hit this rod here. Let's see if he gets it. I'm gonna crank down. I think he's got it. He does have it. Well, we went a few minutes here after them last fish, but got another one. I think maybe it's just going to be kind of a sporadic deal coming up through here. We'll go through some fish, catch them, have some downtime where there's just nothing there, and hopefully get on some more again. I thought real hard about circling back and seeing if we could go through the fish we went through, but I was like, well, I'm just gonna keep going and see what else we get into. Trying to cover some water today, try to cover as much as we can. This is just a tiny thing here. I don't even know how he got hooked. I thought we was having kind of a rough day with getting rained on and all, but this fish here, his mouth ain't big enough to get that hook, yet he somehow got the corner of it just enough to get it in there. This bait here, you can see it's been on there, it's washed out. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it out, but what I am gonna do is I'm going to save it. I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm gonna put it in our bag here, that way if we end up going through everything else, we'll still have it. I'm gonna take a piece of this skipjack now and put it on here next. We'll take another chunk here, about the same size as that white bass, and stick it on there. And I don't really think today, with the time of year, water temps where they are, I really don't think it's gonna matter so much what bait we put in front of them. I think we just need to have a bait kind of in that strike zone where they're at, and I think they're going to go after it. So we'll send that back down, and again, moving half a mile an hour, 35 feet here where we're at. As we move on up here though, it's about to drop off significantly deeper. We're going to go down 55, 60 feet deep and then start to come back up again. So we're hitting a variety of depths out here today, from where we started to where we're going to end up. We're hitting a range of depths along this ledge. Oh, now that one's gonna pull a little bit right there now. All right, I think this one here is gonna be another one that's gonna be a little bit better on the skipjack head. That's the first time that head's been touched since we put it out there. The body pieces over here have gotten, well, when we had the white bass on, now we got the skipjack on, they've been getting tapped a little more. I presume just smaller fish, of course. But head bait here, and that first one we got on the head bait that got us wrapped in the drift sock, it was the best fish of the morning. Them head baits for me just usually produce better quality fish. I get more fish on the chunks, and I certainly get some big fish on the chunks too, but consistently in and out, the head baits produce the biggest fish for me over the course of the year. Now this one here ain't going to be no monster or anything, but it's another solid fish. Look at that. That's another solid fish right there, fun sizer. He's going to give us the head bait back too. That's a good, don't flash around like that fish. You'll sling that bait off. He's hell bent on getting rid of that bait, ain't he? Oh, I just had to flip that tail toward me, didn't you, fish? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do right quick. I'm pretty sure this one, I'm in a slot tournament here in the month of April, and them fish have got to be under 30 inches for me to be able to score them. I think this one's gonna go over that. But before I throw him on the measuring board, I'm just gonna throw that bait back out there and get that line going. That way we can try to be as efficient as possible. This fish here, he's skinny, man, but he's long. He's got mud all over his belly there too. Yeah, that one there's almost 32 inches, so he's going to be too long for what I need him for tournament purposes, but he was a dang good time. Nice takedown, nice fight. He needs him a bologna sandwich or two though, because you skinny fish. You need to be feeding up, buddy. Get on out here. All right, well, we got our bait going back out there. We continue to catch some fish, just working up through here, just slow and steady, just making our way along. And as we put these baits in front of the fish, man, they're smacking them. Chunk's turn now. Oh, he let it go, didn't he? Oh, he's back after it. I'm gonna hold it in here in my hand until he gets it. He's after it, buddy. He wants it. Come on, just. There he is. There he is. He got it in. He hit it. I picked up the rod. He dropped it. And he stayed after it. The old fish. He was persistent little thing, wasn't he? He ain't gonna mount much, but it's another bite, and if he leaves that bait on there, it'll be like it never even happened. That's asking a lot, though. We'll see if he actually does it or not. Oh, it really is another. Oh, and the bait's gone. You danged old fish. I didn't mind reeling you in, but you could have left me the bait on there. Well, that's another one there. The mouth is barely big enough to get the hook, but he got it just right. And look at him, though. He's got mud all down his side here, on that side and the other, and he's wanting to flop and go. Old fish. Well, let's get our cutting board here. Let's see what kind of options we've got left to choose from. We've got another piece of skipjack there we can use. Let's try one of these shad. You want to? Let's see what the old gizzard shad will do for us. Normally this time of year, I get away from using shad. I like to, I'm gonna cut him in half so we can maybe get another bait. He ain't very big. I could make a good argument for just using him whole. But normally this time of year, we get water temps above 60 degrees. I like bigger baits. Skipjack, white bass, crappie, things like that. These shad, it's more of a cooler weather bait for me. When water temps in the 40s, I love shad. When they get in the 50s, I like shad, but once we get above 60, I typically scale back from using. You can still catch fish with it. It's a great bait, but bigger fish for me tend to come on bigger, thicker pieces of meat, like skipjack, white bass. Our shad here, for the most part, are a little bit bigger than that, you know, a little bit dollar bill size, but thin. They don't have a lot of meat to them. They don't have a lot of blood, oil, things like that. So the bigger baits, skipjack and white bass, certainly put out more scent when you're pulling them through the water. But we're going to see if we can catch something on that one. If it gets hit, we'll have to check. We'll have to reel in and check, because it's liable to rip off our bait. Them shad are real soft, but I'm going to try to, like I said, this is all we got, folks. We down to the nitty gritty here, so we're going to try to make every piece count. Oh, that shad, just like that. Oh man, he let it go. I bet he ripped it off too. What's going on here? Is he on there? No, he's coming at us. He was swimming right at us. I thought he had let it go. Then I felt him again. He hit that thing and was coming right at us. Danged old fish trying to pull one over on us. He's tried to outsmart us, but our IQ is a smidge higher than old catfish. Man, maybe if he was a flathead, he might outsmart us, but these old blues ain't gonna get it done. Oh man, he got in our other line when he was coming up through there too. We needed another tangle. It had been a while. There he goes. Let's see what we can do here. Fortunately, he's left the bait on, so I give him props for that, but he got in our other line and run circles around it every which way. I'm gonna have to untangle that mess, but before I do, let me just see if he'll improve our score at all. And you know what? He will. He will improve our score. All right, let me set him back down for a second. All right, we got our line untangled there. I'm just going to rehook that bait like that, since he's tore the mouth up on it. So I get choked up about it. But the bait itself, it hadn't been out there very long. It still looks to be overall good condition. So we'll just send it back down as is if we can get another one on it. All right, folks, that one there is, I'm going to have to zoom in there, but I think he's going to graze that 29-inch line. So that's a big help for my tournament score, which is getting down to the wire here as we get into the final few days of the month. It's our 10 fish closest to 30 inches without touching that line or going over. And right now I'm in the lead for it, but still a few days left. Anything can happen, and any fish like that that's between 29 and 30 inches, that's a big help to my score. Look right here. We got one on that head. I was just getting ready to switch some baits out, just put something different on there. And I guess this fish knew. He said, "That's Justin, that's the last skipjack head you got. I better go ahead and get it." And he did. He feels like a decent fish too. He ain't barely fighting. He's kind of just letting me pull him in, it seems like. But he seems decent. Man, he's come all the way up to the surface out there. That's odd, man. He comes straight up. Weird fight on this one. I don't think he's going to be as big as what I initially thought. I think what's happened is, I wonder if I don't have him foul hooked, or maybe I got him just wrapped in the line. What a weird fight. He's not foul hooked. He's hooked in the mouth. He just gave up, man. He just let me just do it all. He said, "I'm gonna come on up to the surface, Justin." This is another one right here though that's pretty good size. We'll put him on the board and just see where he's at as far as what we need. He still ain't hardly fighting. Oh, now, oh Lord, oh. There he went. He saved all that energy till then. You danged old fish. You don't up in here and act like somebody. Well, it's a good thing I was gonna switch that bait out, because he just flung it off in all that madness. Dadgummit. I don't know what made you act that way, fish. You gonna fight like that? I'd rather you done it while I was had you on the end of the line there. Oh boy, this is another one right here, folks. Look at that. Heads against the board. He does not touch the 30-inch line, but boy, he's close. That's perfect. Yeah, folks, that one there, 29 3/4. Perfect. Perfect slot limit score for us. Ornery old thing. Acting that way as soon as he got in here. But hey, I'll fist pump that one. By gosh, that's a perfect score fish. You don't get those very often, that they're just the perfect size for that slot term. But anyway, since he threw the other bait off, I'm gonna try a piece of yellow bass here. This is a really small yellow bass, so I'm gonna go under the gills, out through the nose like that, and I'm just gonna take 3/4 of him. I'm just gonna basically take the tail off right here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out since that's all that's left of it. But yeah, we'll run it just like that. I'm gonna reel in our shad and see if it's still on there. It's been hit, and my concern is, with it being such a soft bait that I had rehooked anyway, I feel like there's a chance it's going to be gone. But even if it's not, I think I'll put another piece of that skipjack on there that we had left and try it. That way we'll have a little bit thicker bait in conjunction with our yellow bass over there. It's really small. No, it is still on there. Ain't looking particularly good, but it's still on there. All right, here goes our next bait on this side. Just a chunk of skipjack. What I wouldn't give for some better quality bait right now, y'all. The bait fishing, it's got to get better here very soon. Here we go again. I can literally hear it coming in the trees right there. I'm gonna get the umbrella ready because it's about to hit, y'all. It's like that slow moving train. You literally hear it coming right at you. And we're like a deer in the damn headlights right now. Like, we're just gonna stand there and let it hit us because we can't do nothing about it. Y'all better have brought your rain suit, by gosh. I told you, I ain't sharing this umbrella, man. I ain't gonna, look, it's right here. It's right there. It's feet away from us. Here we go. Well, if we hook another one right now, y'all gonna have to reel it in. I'm taking a break until this next rain shower passes. All right, y'all. Well, the weather, I think, is gonna run us off. If you can hear over there in the distance, it's thundering. Radar ain't looking good. I think we're about to get hit with more than just some rain here. At least from the sound of it anyway. So I'm gonna just cut it while we can and get the heck out of here before I get drenched. We're about out of bait anyway, y'all. The pieces we got ain't really, it's not a good quality bait. I have got to get on a better bait run here soon. They've just been, it's been tough lately, but it will get better. It always does. Slumps never last. And for the bait that we have today, as little as we had, we've made the most of it. I mean, we've got several fish out here today. So it's been a good morning other than just the intermittent rain showers. And if I can make it off the water before this storm hits, it's going to be a great morning. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for coming with me today. I'll see you next time.